that day for me. Nobody pray for me. It's been that day for me. Nobody pray for me. It's been that day for me. Yeah, yeah. Sit down. Yeah, boom. 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 Sit down. Yeah, boom.
Good morning, Ursuline Academy. Welcome to this week's broadcast. As most of you already know, a new schedule has been released for next year. This has raised controversy among students. Let's take a look at some students' opinions.
There are lots of things that I like about the new schedule. To me, the best part is kind of the consistency in the length of classes. I think that 55 minutes is a really good amount of time to accomplish lots of things, but yet not too long, so that everyone gets a little tired. I think it's just a perfect amount of time to have a class, and I like the fact that it rotates. The morning classes rotate and the afternoon classes rotate. I think that that keeps things kind of interesting. So yeah, I'm really happy about the new schedule.
I don't like the new schedule for next year because, they're all 55-minute classes. Some people work better with longer times and some people work better with shorter times in the schedule. About this year, you can have a 45-minute class or you can have an hour and 5-minute classes. It works for everyone. But this next schedule, you can either adapt to it or you can't. And that's my concern for the schedule.
So I really appreciate Mr. Maholsky and the rest of the academic board taking into account us not wanting to start early and having him change that. That was really nice. And I really hope that everyone in charge of the schedule takes into account all the suggestions that we have as a student body.
Guess we're all just going to have to wait for next year and hope for the best. Now let's get into another hot topic: why we can't have coffee in the classroom.
Coffee. I'm a big coffee lover. I totally get the craving for it, but it should not be allowed in the classroom except for exceptions. And the reason being is clearly it's the mess. So that's why there's no food allowed in the classrooms. That's why there's no drink other than water. It's just because of spills, and we want to care for our facilities and respect the hard work that our custodians do. So that's the reason why. Well, teachers are adults, right? So there's exceptions there, and that's the exception.
Well, even though I can't drink coffee during class, I can drink as much as I want over the weekend and during the summer. I am going to need a lot of energy while I'm traveling this summer. Speaking of traveling, the next video is talking about some great tips that will help you while traveling.
Do you have super fun spring break and/or summer plans? Whether you are a seasoned traveler or it is your first time on an airplane, I have some tips for you. Number 1, make a packing list and get organized. Make sure to begin this process a few weeks in advance so you have time to buy anything you don't already have. Number 2, when packing, roll your clothes instead of folding them to create more room in your suitcase. This extra space can be saved for any souvenirs or clothing items you buy while traveling. 3. Buy a patterned or distinguishable suitcase so you can easily find it in the airport. If you already have a black suitcase, tie a ribbon on the handle to make it more detectable. Number 4. Here are some things you must pack for every vacation: earplugs, sleep masks, water bottles, and cameras. Earplugs and sleep masks are essential for plane rides if you have trouble sleeping in noisy and bright places. Water bottles are a must when traveling so you can stay hydrated in the car or between flights. Lastly, you need a camera to capture special moments throughout the trip. Number 5. Download movies and shows to watch when Wi-Fi is not accessible. Simply open the Netflix app on your phone, click Downloads, choose a movie or show, and hit Download. This is only temporary, but it is great entertainment for a long drive or a plane ride. Number 6. Have fun. Wake up relatively early each day so you can fully enjoy the experience. Make sure to try all the foods and enjoy your time. I hope these tips help you the next time you're traveling.
What do you know? These tips just might come in handy one day. On another note, Lent has recently started this year, and last week we had our annual Ash Wednesday Mass. Now let us watch a video about Lent and how we can prepare this year.
So this year our Lenten theme is Journey to the Cross, Take Yourself to the Edge. And the thought process behind that is that we really want our students and our coworkers, our staff members to really be thinking about how they can take their Lenten journey a little bit deeper. Maybe it's just spending a little bit more time in prayer, or to donate a little bit more money to a certain cause. And we started off with Ash Wednesday Mass last week. We will continue by having Lenten liturgies every week. And you'll notice these flyers are around campus. We had our first Lenten liturgy of the season today, and we have reconciliation service this coming Thursday. March 27th, we have Mass with Bishop Ruvatuso. That's an all-school Mass. And then we finish out the last 3 weeks with Lenten liturgies. And you'll notice that there are various advisements that are scheduled to attend each Mass. You do not have to wait to go just to your particular assigned Mass. You're welcome to go to every Lenten liturgy. You'll also notice around campus we have Lenten activities, and each day we have an action for you. And we would just encourage you to take a look at this and find ways that you can incorporate these actions into your daily activities. Lastly, the Senior Class Stewardship Project is benefiting Venezuela, and we have these jars, Hope for Change. They're in all theology classes, and they're also located in the cafeteria, in Brusha Hall, in the main office, and in campus ministry. And we would encourage you to put any extra change or make the sacrifice, and instead of maybe getting something from the barista or possibly from the bookstore, that you take your extra change and put it in the jar so that we can raise our goal of $2,600 for Venezuela.
Lent is the time of the year where many of us sacrifice things that we have a lot, and it can be really hard sometimes. This next video discusses some helpful hacks or tips that can help you grow in your prayer life, as well as fasting and almsgiving.
This year, Lent started on March 6th and goes until April 18th. During this Lenten season, challenge yourself to try harder to grow in your love and appreciation for God. Here are some easy hacks or tips that can help you when it comes to prayer, fasting, and/or almsgiving. Prayer. Prayer is an important part of Lent because it brings us closer to God. If you have trouble finding time to pray, here are some hacks that will help you. Number 1, go to Mass. Going to Mass is an easy way to pray with a community, and it also is a good way to take a break from school and/or other stresses that may be bothering you. Number 2, listen to music. If you do not enjoy praying, then listen to some Christian music. Singing is a great way to praise God, and it is also fun and relaxing. Fasting. Giving up your favorite foods is always a good type of fasting. However, if you want to try something new, these next hacks will be good for you. Number 1, fast from an activity. This could be watching TV or social media. Instead, you could use this extra time to pray, meditate, or do service for those who need it. Number 2, fast from vanity or your appearance. Try going without makeup or jewelry. This will allow you to embrace who you truly are and who God created you to be. Almsgiving. Almsgiving involves giving to others as an act of virtue. However, not all giving has to be giving physical things like money or food. These next hacks will show you what else you can give during this Lenten season. Number 1, time. You can give your time by helping someone in your community or even by helping read at Mass. To some people, this act of giving time can mean more than just money. Number 2, love. You can give people the feeling of love or kindness by showing a simple smile to someone in the hallway. That's all the hacks I have for you today. Remember, through prayers, fasting, and almsgiving, we help ourselves grow in love and charity towards God and those around us.
I hope I can use some of these hacks to grow closer to God and Lent. Now let's get into this Freaks riddle. That's all I have for you today. I hope everyone had a great spring break and has a great rest of the week.